Welcome, everyone, to Battlefleet Gothic Armada in Housecoat Podcasting. I am Takeshi Yamato, joining our host, the Housecoat Gamer. And could you turn down the audio on Gothic Armada? I can barely hear you, and I've got you at maximum. Okay. Yes. Yep. And that's even with me using headphones. So, anyway, this is our first entry into the 40K review series. And well, Battlefleet Gothic Armada is, well, it's basically a Warhammer RTS.
Kind of. It's different.
Yeah.
No need to bother.
For 10,000 years, the Imperium of Man has endured under the rule of the immortal Emperor. The worlds of man are scattered across the galaxy, threatened by savage aliens, heretics who defy the Emperor's will, and horrors lurking upon forgotten worlds. It is a time of endless war, selfless heroism, and blackest infamy.
I see fortresses in the stars. A circle of 6, but they sleep yet and must be awakened. Ride upon the storms of chaos. Gather your rivals around you. End discord and terror throughout 1,000 worlds. Abaddon the Despoiler, War Master of Chaos. You speak in meaningless riddles. What are the fortresses in the stars? Answer me or die now! Stop this foolishness. I have consorted with creatures far more powerful than you. Speak, crone, but I will remember your insolence. Seek the hand of darkness. Take the eye of night. With these, the citadels will be yours to command. A chorus of 1 billion throats will cry your name in fear and hatred. The stars themselves will run red with blood. If you have the courage for it. War Master.
Yep. That was our antagonist, War Master Abaddon of the Forces of Chaos.
Captain Spire, Data Log Alpha. Battlefleet Command has lost contact with Orbital Station Aleph in the Naxos system. I'm on my way to investigate.
Sir, we're approaching the location of Orbital Station Aleph.
Captain, the station is surrounded by an asteroid field. I have calculated the best approach for us to pass through it safely.
And this is our protagonist.
Your orders? Engines hot.
Spire.
Course plotted. Ship ready.
Spire is well, he's your typical Imperium naval officer. Well,
there's an active minefield directly ahead, Captain. We must maneuver quickly, or it is likely the ship will be damaged.
All available power to the plasma thrusters. We're going to execute a high-energy turn.
Acquiring new vector.
High energy turn successful, Captain. The thrusters are already recharging.
Helm, resume our course to the orbital station.
well, I say Spire is your typical Imperial naval officer, but he's not typical because...
Captain, our auger arrays indicate that the orbital station is heavily damaged. I suggest we move in closer to discover what happened here.
Awaiting orders.
He's a bit of a badass, and
Captain,
he has
we can reach the
common
station faster
sense.
by pushing the engine status to all ahead full.
He has common sense,
Yes,
where his superiors and subordinates might not.
Cruising speed set.
At least he can have common sense. Depending on how you play. Though I think canonically he does show the common sense by because
It seems like the station has been attacked recently. The enemy may still be lurking around.
Sir, I recommend dispatching some of the ship's armsmen to board Orbital Station Aleph and report on what they find. At your command. Boarding parties underway, Captain.
We're seeing several weapon impacts and signs of explosions on the bulkheads. We've found the command center, sir. This place is a mess. It's full of bodies. The station's command crew. They're all dead.
Act cautiously, Sergeant. I have a bad feeling about this.
Sir, we found a survivor. Sir, the station is a trap. We're under attack by traitor forces.
Captain, a defense platform on the station has activated and is targeting our vessel. Broadside macro cannons ready to fire on your order, sir.
Engines to maximum.
right.
Understood. Execute high energy turn. Changing course.
But during the game, there comes a point where you can potentially form an alliance with another.
We blew it to pieces.
With another species.
I'm picking up some strange signals in the nearby gas cloud.
In the setting known as the Eldar.
Underway.
The Eldar. Well.
Orders received. Helm coordinates acknowledged.
Yeah.
Setting course.
Sir, the signals. They're Iconoclast destroyers.
Chaos ships. This sector is a long way from the Eye of Terror. What could they be after here?
Whatever their reasons, Captain, these heretics must be destroyed at once.
Captain, consulting the ship's cogitators and machine spirit can help guide you in making tactical decisions in battle.
Activating tactical cogitators.
Master Gunner, we need to direct additional power to the targeting cogitators to increase our weaponry's accuracy.
Ship ready.
Yeah, we won't go into too much detail about the various races.
Orders received.
But I would almost equate the Eldar to the Vulcans of Star Trek.
Underway!
It's not one for one, but they are the closest analogy.
Changing course!
Well done, crew.
Captain, the auger arrays are reporting more enemy signals. Many more.
A gigantic Chaos fleet. There's no way we could survive fighting them head-on. Contact the High Command immediately.
Unable to do so, Captain. All communications are jammed. Captain, there may be a way for us to escape and warn Port Moore. We could risk an emergency warp jump.
It's risky to engage the warp engines this close to the star's gravitational field. But the Chaos fleet has us boxed in. Sir, we don't have any other options.
Oh, eternal God Emperor. Preserve us from the dangers of the void.
Yeah. The warp. We might as well go in a... Yeah. I remember a poster once of FTL in sci-fi. And the Warhammer 40k version said it best. They travel through hell.
If what you say is true, Captain Spire, a vast Chaos fleet is massing for attack. Inquisitor Horst, are you sure of this man?
Maybe we should consider someone else.
Isn't this captain from a planet that rebelled against the Emperor's will?
Enough! His faith will be tested thoroughly.
Love the Emperor, for he is the salvation of mankind. Obey his words, for he will lead you to the light of the future. Honor his servants, for they speak his voice. Tremble before his majesty, for we all walk in his immortal shadow.
Let us begin. We needed to be certain. The enemy we face is no ordinary foe.
I understand.
You are to be promoted to the rank of Admiral and given command of a fleet.
I will not fail you, Inquisitor.
There is much to do and little time, Admiral Spire. I fear a storm coming to the Gothic sector. One we are not yet prepared to face.
Yeah. Here's where this
Gothic
game
sector is beginning to turn away from the Emperor's light.
Here's where this game separates from most RTSs. This is more like Star Wars Empire at War. You have a galactic scale and you have a galactic scale map, and then you have battlefield, and then you have system scale battlefields. Well, more planetary. Yeah.
Your first
system
assignment
scale.
is to put.
And
this interface helps you prepare your fleet for the next mission. At the head of every fleet is the flagship. You must select one of your vessels as the flagship for each assignment. Choose your Dauntless Light Cruiser as the flagship for this first operation. You have another captain assigned to your command. This captain commands a Dauntless Light Cruiser and will assist you for the duration of the mission. Add his ship to your fleet. Smaller ships of the escort class can provide fire support or scout for the enemy. The Firestorm frigates are a good choice for this assignment. Once your fleet is prepared to engage the enemy, you should set course for the target system at once.
Okay.
Admiral, the fleet has reached the last known position of the heretic ships. Their sedition must not stand. How shall we deploy our...
So, yeah, we're not going through that. But how it works is that but basically in the galaxy map, you can move to a shipyard setting, which is where you can build new ships, outfit your existing ones, etc. And you've got a bunch of different varieties of ships. You've got basic escort ships, which, well, they're basically light frigates, if nothing else. Then you have light cruisers. These are sort of your basic line vessels. And then I think next is regular cruisers. And then heavy cruisers or battle cruisers next. And finally you have battleships. Battleships are the big ones. Yeah.
At your command.
But yeah, this is how Warhammer 40k goes.
Helm coordinates acknowledged.
Battlefleet Gothic Armada goes. You set your ships. You set your ships in the map. You start the map, and then you move out. You won't know what your enemy ships are, what your enemies are using until you get close to them.
Changing course.
And during this first game, you've only got limited you've only got limited options for opposition. You have, for factions, if you were to do a multiplayer.
Underway.
You've got the Imperium of Man, of course. You have the Eldar. You have the Orcs.
Your orders.
And you have the Forces of Chaos.
Resuming normal functions.
All ahead, full. Cruising speed set.
These forces...
We are the Imperial Navy.
If you know 40k, you know what they do in ship combat.
Enemy ships
the Imperium use
awaiting orders.
Use the basics in combat. You've got energy cannons, you've got physical cannons, you've got torpedoes, etc. I think the Eldar mostly use energy weapons. Yeah.
Enemy ship sighted.
Yeah. And then there's...
Engines to maximum!
And then... Well... the orcs are...
Enemy ship sighted.
They give Ron headaches. Simply because...
Cruising speed set.
Of how they're always screaming.
Orders received. Setting course.
Bulkheads collapsing, sir. We lost a defense platform.
Yeah.
Course plotted. We lost a defense platform.
Enemy ship sighted.
Ship ready.
Yeah. Battlefleet Gothic Armada is a decent game. I've never played it, but I've seen Ron play it, and it looks... Yeah.
Awaiting orders. Your orders.
But yeah.
Helm coordinates acknowledged.
It's an interesting game with interesting concepts. And
taking heavy damage.
It serves as a decent introduction into our series in the 41st millennium.
Orders received. Understood. Yes, Admiral. At your command. One of the enemy line ships has escaped. All ahead full.
Yeah, I think we're not gonna catch up to him, but oh well. Yeah.
Your orders.
Yeah. So, yeah. That was... Yep. So that's it for Battlefleet Gothic Armada 1. Unless we... Yeah. Yeah.
Still, it's basic, but it's not terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. This was made before Games Workshop started going downhill. Yeah. 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 Two adds in most of the rest of the factions at 40k. Yeah. You add in the Necrons, you add in the Dark Eldar, you add in the Tyranids. Yep.